The last rookie to make an All-Star team still remains Blake Griffin of the Los Angeles Clippers, who's now retired. Wasn't even a true rookie after missing his entire first full season with knee injury, given the landscape and insane talent of the NBA the last 3 decades. Even rookie LeBron didn't get a chance to make the All-Star team as a 19-year-old. The last true rookie to make it, Yao Ming of the Houston Rockets, based on popularity, being from China, got the starting center spot over Prime Shaq, but Ming himself didn't even win Rookie of the Year. It was Amari Stoudemire of the Phoenix Suns, who wasn't named an All-Star till his 3rd season. The last true rookie to make the team without controversy, the legendary Tim Duncan, but he was already 22, stayed in college 4 years, which goes to show how extremely difficult for teenagers or one-and-dones to be named an All-Star their rookie season. If Bron and Wemby can't do it, don't expect it to happen anytime soon, but there's also been Rookie of the Year winners who were supposed to take the next step in becoming future All-Stars only to end up empty-handed. Some peaked their first full season, never improved. Let's take a look at every rookie winner who failed to register, even making one All-Star team. From yearly order, first year of the league's existence, Paul Hoffman of the Baltimore Bullets. The league didn't have his first All-Star game till 1951. Second winner, Howie Shannon of the Providence Steamrollers, only played 2 seasons. On to Bill Tashep out of Indiana, played just 3 seasons, only 2 All-Stars the 1951 draft. Mel Hutchins, being the best player, shared the co-rookie honors with Bill, the other All-Star being Don Sunderland. Spent some time in minor league baseball, most remembered for being the founder of the pre-1965 NBA Player Association to securing fair pension plans. The league's first 5 Rookie of the Year winners wasn't formally sanctioned until 1953, but Tashef had documentaries proving he and the others were recognized as such during their early times and to be included in the official NBA guide, becoming known as one of the strongest league advocates fighting for his respected rights in the early beginnings of the NBA. Don Monaghy, 6'7" power forward, peak year 1, nothing special, from 10.7 points, 7 rebounds average to just 6 and 4 each of his 4 other seasons. Most known for committing 334 personal fouls in 68 rookie games, that's 4.9 calls on average, 26 times fouling out, played 343 total games, didn't win any other league awards. Phil Ford, the UNC legend, king of North Carolina basketball, one of the best collegiate point guards all time, the first ever freshman to start for Dean Smith, even started for Olympic Team USA 1976 squad, winning gold, left UNC as the program's leading scorer, became the 2nd pick of the 78 draft, played for the Kansas City Kings, dominated as a rookie, snubbed as an All-Star, but made 2nd team All-NBA, easily winning Rookie of the Year honors over Reggie Diaz, was 8th for MVP voting, led his Kings to 48 wins, a massive improvement from 31 before his arrival. His unique style of play as a pure floor general, elite ball handling, passing, and shooting, was supposed to become one of the best players starting in the early 80s, continued to look promising years 2 and 3, increased his points average, was doing Ja Morant type stuff before Ja, but his greatness cut short after forcing to undergo season-ending eye injury. Ropey Free had a broken thumb, needing a cast, shattering Forbes' orbital socket. Decades after, Ford discusses his devastating injury.
We were playing at Golden State, and a guy, World B. Free, was trying to make a long baseball pass, and I jumped up to block it, and his thumb went in my eye and pushed my eyeball down through the shell. And what supports my eye now is a shell shaving from my rib. And to this day, I still have double vision. Certain ways I hold my head and everything, and after that, my career, I just didn't handle things correctly, and took the easy way out sometimes, and I was never the same player after that injury.
He was only 24 at the time, one of the most forgotten, brutal injuries, robbing a potential Hall of Fame career, became a shell of himself since, sent to New Jersey, then Milwaukee, before finishing his last 2 seasons in Houston, out the NBA by age 28. Daryl Griffith, Second pick of the 1980 draft, averaged 20.6 points as a rookie, a 6'4" 2 guard, edging out Calvin Ramsey by 1 vote. The Louisville sensation helped the Cardinal win his first ever national championship. Couple months before he was drafted, instantly became the Pete Maravich franchise shooting guard replacement. Him alongside Adrian Dantley formed one of the highest scoring league duos. Griffith, decades ahead of his time, a smooth looking outside jumper, in the 84 season alone averaged more threes than any other team in the league. Only player to ever lead the league in made triples and 3-point field goal percentage. Named the best college dunker all time, Dr. Duncanstein had insane rim creativity, finished top 5 in West All-Star guard voting 5 times despite never making the team. The Jazz, already having Dantley and reserve Ricky Green, known for assists and steals, made it above him. While Portland's Jim Paxson edged him out for the 2-guard spot, Griffith's best year came in '85, averaged a career best 22.6 points, made a league best 92 threes, also represented the Jazz both the 84 and 85 dunk contests. Unfortunately, by age 27, missed the entire 86 season with a foot injury, then lost his starting spot to Bob Hansen. One of the most forgotten good players, buried under the rug playing for a small market. Despite being a college legend, Griffith never got past the second round. After his decline, the franchise transitioned into the Malone Stockton era, needing knee operation in '88. The then 29-year-old continued to regress, couldn't be available for the playoffs, where Utah took Showtime to 7 games, 10 total seasons played in Salt Lake, retired in '91. One of those players from the '80s who'd be even better in today's game. The Jazz would retire his number 35 jersey, credited for bringing the franchise relevancy. One of the best players to never be named an All-Star. Chuck Person, the Auburn superstar, skills ahead of his time, being a 6'8" outside sniper, nicknamed the Rifleman for his long-range abilities, absolutely suited for the modern game. In an underwhelming '86 draft class, the small forward averaged 18.8 points, over 8 boards, helped his Pacers win 15 more games than the season before. A good player, but never made an All-NBA team. Numbers went down his second season, but averaged a career best year 3, 21.6 points, most remembered for his epic trash talk with Larry Bird, but the legend simply got the best of him over their battles. Had his moments, the '91 playoffs took Boston to 5 before Bird prevailed. Person averaged 26 points, 17 of 31 from deep. His outspoken personality even overwhelmed the small market Pacers at times. Dr. Jack Ramsey, the head coach of Indy, in Chuck's first 3 seasons, both butted heads. Didn't see Person's improvement on the defensive end. Person himself forever regretted coming into the '88 season out of shape, missing the playoffs entirely. New head coach replacement Dick Versa took over, wanted more shots for the better Reggie Miller. Person, given his lack of playoff success, viewed the scapegoat. His game being limited to the perimeter despite his height, doesn't create off the dribble, barely gets to the line, predictably often drops right, didn't rebound enough, never averaging more than 7 boards outside his rookie year. With Reggie becoming more the go-to guy, GM Donnie Walsh traded Person to the Wolves after 6 seasons with Indy, came off the bench for the '95 Spurs, had a back injury the '97 season, regressed immediately. Chuck Person could have became a 2 to 3 time All-Star if he took his career more seriously after his rookie year. Damon Stoudemire, the 5'10" stud, averaged 19 points off the bat, career best 9.3 assists for a 21-win Raptors team, set the record, made 133 bombs for a first-year player, having one of the prettiest strokes as a lefty. The quickness and tight handles made him one of the most exciting young players in the mid-90s, often drew comparisons to Allen Iverson. Expectations for Damon continued, put up 20 and 9 averages year 2, being the first option on the 30-win team. Still wasn't an All-Star due to being overlooked on a bad roster. Frustrated with the losing, Isaiah Thomas, who was then the GM of the Raptors, wanted to buy part of the team, but tossed in Gold Drew, ultimately left the Raptors. The guy who had a vision to build around Mighty Mouse. An angry Stoudemire then demanded out, traded to his hometown squad, the Portland Trail Blazers. Surrounded by talented players, but a few had their run-ins with the laws. Stoudemire's marijuana use getting caught made him fit right in the Jail Blazers era. which would damage his reputation. His numbers would go way down on a better team, too many teammates getting into legal troubles. Stoudemire's image ruined overnight. Had he been traded elsewhere, perhaps he'd be more remembered. Remained a solid player throughout the mid-2000s, traded to Memphis at age 32, tore his patella tendon, didn't have much of a chance to turn things around, lost his quickness after his 30s. The younger Mike Conley took over as Stoudemire kept getting worse. One of the most forgotten exciting players. The media won't tell you how good he was, but highly respected amongst his peers. Many Hall of Famers who played in the 90s and 2000s praised Mighty Mouse at the highest of highs. Mike Miller, one of the weakest Rookie of the Year winners, but a very solid player. To his credit, the 2000 draft, the weakest in the last 50 years. Only 3 guys made the All-Star team his class, all coming from 2004. Miller also won 6th Man of the Year in 06 for the 49-win Grizz. A great intangibles type player at 6'8", had a little bit of handles, most remembered as a lethal shooter, had his opportunities shining right away for the Magic after the brutal injuries to Grant Hill. Orlando later traded him in 03. His best year, 2007, averaged over 18 points on great efficiency. More than half his shots in his prime came from behind the arc. Being a decade ahead of his time, prime Mike Miller today would easily become a 22-point scorer on a solid team, a great complementary piece to superstars T-Mac, Pau Gasol, and later LeBron's powerful Big Three Miami Heat squad. Helped the 2012 Heat clinch the title, 7 threes off the bench Game 5, a finals record still held today. Unfortunately, that's what most people remember him for, not knowing his polished all-around game his younger years, averaged as much as 6.7 rebounds, 4.5 assists. His best seasons, shot above 40% from deep 10 times. Many might think Miller and Kyle Korver on the same level. Despite Kyle making one All-Star team in the weak East, Miller the much better all-around player, highly beloved by teammates and peers. Emeka Okafor. There used to be a debate between him and Dwight Howard. The UConn superstar, fresh off an NCAA title, already aged 22, making his debut for the expansion 18-win Bobcats. Being the main option, averaged 15 and 11, but shot just 45% from the field as a center. Emeka, already a finished product offensively, picked up weight to start year 2, had trouble rehabbing ankle injury, limited to 26 games, a lost season, already had back problems in college. His ceiling was never going to be that high, but a respectable good role player who can fit on any team, a 12-point, 10 rebound, 2 blocks guy from 2007 to 2011, being in a weak draft class with no more than 2 future Hall of Famers in Dwight Howard and possibly Andre Iguodala. Only reason for Dwight not winning Rookie of the Year, coming straight out of high school as a 19-year-old NBA teenager, but Dwight's massive growth and improvement by his second season, already better than any version of Okafor. Going into the 2013-14 year, Emeka suffered a herniated disc on his neck, took 4 full years to recover, came back for 26 games the 2018 season with New Orleans after DeMarcus Cousins had the Achilles injury. If it wasn't for Emeka's multitude of injuries, likely would have been a 1 or 2-time All-Star with a couple all-defensive teams as his ceiling. Tyreke Evans, one of the most disappointing players in recent times, from posting numbers only Oscar Robertson and LeBron James achieved as rookies. This is a guy that won Rookie of the Year over Steph Curry, most effective having the ball in his hands, making plays, running the point, facilitating, but the Kings franchise mistakenly played him at the 2 and 3 right after, having no jumper, not effective without the ball, and forcing to guard bigger players at the 3 took a toll on his body, leading to severe injuries like plantar fasciitis. Shoulders and knee soreness also kept him away from reaching his potential. Tyreke himself, very introverted, not a leader. DeMarcus Cousins immediately took the shine. Evans from instant success to role player with a short rejuvenation, then banned for doping violations, his career downfall, an absolute travesty. The irreparable image unfortunately will be viewed negatively, but his talents and handles, one of the most underrated, traded to New Orleans after 4 seasons, had knee injury, then back to the Kings, played a year in Memphis, going from 10-3-3 the season before to averaging over 19-5-5, the talent undeniable, before playing with the 2019 Pacers, then kicked out the league for drugs of abuse, a combination of bad choices, bad coaching, and injuries, being misused, ruined his development. Could have been all-star caliber. Had Evans continued to play the one to start out his career, could have possibly made 1 or 2 all-star teams and a good 3rd to 4th option on a contender similar to Draymond Green. Or imagine if Evans started his career in San Antonio, could have made a Manu Ginobili type impact if placed in the right situation with a good coach like Popovich, but sadly, one of the most brutal downfalls. Michael Carter-Williams, who just happens to be in a relatively weak draft class, 11th pick out of Syracuse, given the green light to do whatever with the tanking Sixers. MCW unofficially won Rookie of the Year his very first game, having one of the greatest debuts we ever seen, looked like a superstar from the get-go, immediately labeled a franchise player, 22 points, 12 assists, 9 steals, 7 rebounds, upsetting prime LeBron and the defending champion Heat, his very best and most memorable game as a pro being his first. Everything went downhill from there. Philly 18-52 with him. Many convinced he was a taller Jason Kidd. Carter-Williams did become J Kidd without the J, adding the ing, as in kidding. MT numbers of 17, 6 and 6, 2 steals, had good passing and on-ball defense. After regressing his second season, Philly traded him. Too many injuries, way too flawed, absolutely zero jumper. Given how everybody his class picked top 10 outside of CJ McCollum underperformed as rookies, MCW's numbers simply an illusion. Many still had the perception he was good due to his debut, benefiting from playing on a bad team, but never capable of spacing the floor. Opponents just left him open, figured out his game, had season-ending hip surgery for the Bucks, bad knees, hips and shoulders, couldn't develop further, even had his Angel Reese blooper mixtape in Charlotte without the offensive rebounds. Out the league 2023, managed to only play 108 total games in 5 possible seasons, most recently in the G League. His game and style, way too easy to figure out. Despite the injuries, MCW was never gonna have a long sustainable NBA career. Malcolm Brogdon of the Milwaukee Bucks, the most unlucky rookie winner, first second round pick to do so, having team success thanks to Giannis and Middleton. The 24-year-old rookie, much more NBA ready than everybody the 2016 class, given Ben Simmons missed the entire season due to injury, Brandon Ingram and Jaylen Brown struggling, and of course Joel Embiid finally made his debut after 2 years of sitting out, only lasted 31 games. If Joel played 10 more games, would have easily gotten Rookie of the Year. The other candidate, Dario Saric at 13-6, not many good options. Brogdon, the first rookie winner to never even been named Rookie of the Month, not even one time. An injury-prone player, Milwaukee let him walk in free agency, put up 21, 5 and 6 for the Pacers, joined a bunch of legends, randomly having a 50, 40, 90 season. Many years, Brogdon would have finished 4th or 5th in rookie voting. Insanely hard to imagine any future first-year winner posting just 10 points a game. His best road to succeed on a great team, being a 6-man candidate, lasted 39 games with Portland before shutting down February, now with the Wizards. His best all-star case back in 2021, never quite close to making it. Which one of these Rookie of the Year winners had the most painful downfall? Your thoughts on the comments below. More good stuff coming soon. See y'all next time.